On January 6, 2008, the Fat Controller's assistant, Steven Stevenson, was bringing Sir Topham had a cup of tea. "Here you are, sir, brewed to perfection," he said. "Just how you like it, with lots of sugar." "Oh, thank you, Wiggles," said the Fat Controller, taking the cup. He seemed to be rather distracted. "Is something wrong, sir?" Wiggles asked. "Well, yes, as a matter of fact there is." The Fat Controller took a sip of tea. "My wife has been sending me some very odd things in the past few weeks, and I'm a bit concerned as to where she's got the money for it all. Considering the £9,879 and 39 pence missing from my bank account recently, I think I've a good idea." "What sort of things has she been sending you?" "Some very peculiar things indeed, Wiggles. And the strange thing is, it's usually a repeat of what she got me the day before, with something extra." "Oh really? What did she get you today, sir?" Wiggles inquired. "Well, Wiggles, on this, the 12th day of Christmas, my true love sent to me 12 drummers drumming. Which is really irritating, I'll have you know. There I am, trying to eat my breakfast in peace, and I can barely hear myself think for all the darn drumming. It was like a night at Ringo Starr's house, there were so many drums. Oh dear, sir. And if that wasn't bad enough, she also sent 11 pipers piping. Now I don't know if you've tried listening to pipes and drums at the same time, Wiggles, but it's not particularly pleasant. And it wasn't just flutes, let me tell you. There were panpipes, bagpipes, smoking pipes. There was even this little Italian fellow playing a drain pipe. Sounds bizarre, sir," Wiggles whistled. "And it gets worse," the Fat Controller frowned. "Imagine trying to get from the kitchen to the front hall, when you've got 10 lords leaping every which way. It's a good thing Tony Blair got rid of all those hereditary peers, or goodness knows how many more there'd have been. Ken Livingstone nearly had my eye out. Ouch. To right. Mind you, I didn't so much object to the 9 ladies dancing. In fact, that was all right. Except for those flaming pussycat dolls. 'Pon my soul, if my wife was as hot as them, I'd have divorced her years ago. Speaking of my wife, she was getting a bit friendly with that Lord Snooty. I'll have to talk to her about that. Anything else, sir?" "I'm nowhere near finished yet, Wiggles. I had to put up with 8 maids and milking. Now delivering milk, that would have been fine. But no, they had to bring the darn cows along with them. If you've never been in a room with 8 cows, boy, then I don't recommend it. Nearly had me spitting up my shredded wheat. Especially after seeing what color they turned that water." "Water?" Wiggles raised an eyebrow. "Yes, water. My house had to be flooded for the next lot of gifts. 7 swans a swimming. 7 swimming swans. What am I supposed to do with 7 swans? And it's not like I can get rid of them. They're protected, swans are. I can't even eat them. Suppose Her Majesty stopped off for another visit. Oh sorry Liz, I had to shoot all these swans, hope you don't mind. Point. Yes, quite a scandal, sir. Oh, and speaking of birds. 6 geese a laying was the next one. Good God, the Fat Controller looked disgusted. Sir? If it had been eggs they were laying, that would have been nice. I didn't expect to sit down to my breakfast and have to watch 6 geese. Doing things. With each other. Wiggles realized what his boss was talking about. Let's move on, sir. Good idea, Wiggles. The next things she sent me were 5 gold rings. Well, not real gold, of course. Stuff from Argus, no doubt. They turned all my fingers green, the cheap things. Here, look. The Fat Controller showed Wiggles his stained fingers. And if I didn't have enough birds already, he continued. I then got 4 calling birds that kept insulting me, 3 French hens that reeked of cheese and garlic, and 2 turtle doves that made a right mess of my shredded wheat. Let me tell you. I could open up my own aviary now, all those bloody birds I've got. I told her we've nowhere to put them all, but you know what women are like. Boo-hoo, you don't like my present, boo-hoo-hoo. Typical. And the last present was the worst of all. What was it, sir? A partridge in a pear tree. Not only was the tree dead, but that partridge, another bird for the collection, I see. Wiggles nodded. Oh, I wish it were, Wiggles, I truly wish it were. But it wasn't that sort of partridge. Really, sir? What was it? It was only Flippin' Keith Partridge, wasn't it? Oh dear. I had to leave to the tune of David Cassidy singing, "When I'm a rock and roll star." A fate nobody should have to suffer. I tell you what, Wiggles, the fat controller finished his tea. I'm glad Christmas comes only once a year.